P&L Fridays. We back again with a recap of the week and how it went. So this week has been like super tough, man. News starting off at the beginning of the week, and then just a bunch of choppy markets. So it was very tough. And the Thursday, I did some trading that night, which I shouldn't even touch because I blew my account. So I'm now at 6 blown accounts, you know, and it's cool. We learned our lesson, and I know what not to do once again. It's just so funny about trading, bro, because no matter how disciplined you are, there's times where you may break your rules, and that's me. I keep breaking my rules, moving my stop loss, or I just take one more trade, hoping that is going to be the one that hit. And most of the time, if you overtrade and you try to trade more, you're going to put yourself more in the hole. So it is what it is. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. So this is the blown account. So as you see, P&L. No. And I was doing so well with this account, bro. So well. Look at this. Look at this. This day took me out, bro. Now, what did we learn from this? Taking minis. I told myself I'm only going to take micros, but then I get greedy and blew up the count. Took some ES minis, NQ minis. Shouldn't have even touched those. So I know for 50K accounts, which is typically a smaller, which is the lowest amount with Top Step, it's recommended you take micros and then scale up. So follow my rules. I'm taking micros, solely micros from here on out, and just scaling in, because I have been scaling in, and it really makes the difference. It really makes the difference. I can manage money way more than lock in profits whenever I need to lock in profit and all that. So I'm definitely sticking with the micros and staying disciplined about that. So this is the new account, and so far we started off good, but Friday, man, I'm telling you, Fridays, something about trading on Fridays is like very tough. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's very hard to trade Fridays, man. Maybe it's because of like contracts expiring and puts and all of that stuff, but it's a tough market to trade on Fridays. So I might not trade Fridays depending, because so far I've been always constantly negative. But let's look into this day. What we got going on here? So, I took more trades than I would like. 45. I've been kind of breaking my rules of 5 trades. I know going into the next week I need to, double up on taking X amount of trades and focus on the quality trades for sure, because I noticed when I first started, within the first week, I got those high numbers because I was following my rules. So on top, I will say for this week or last week, I did a lot of experimenting. I've been trading supply and demand, and basically what that is zones, right? So look at it this way. So there's a top zone and a bottom zone, and in between these zones is pretty much buying or selling pressure. So the supply zone is where the sellers are strong, so the price is likely to go down, and then the demand is where the strongers, where the buyers are strong, and the price is likely to go up. So think about it like this: a new pair of limited edition sneakers, right? At first everybody wants it, so it's a very high demand. So buyers are going to essentially make the price go up. Then eventually fewer people want to pay that price, and buyers dry up on a product and then price drops. And when the price drops again, buyers come back in, buy that up. So it's like, buy the dip, sell the high. So that whole concept. So let's see here. So yeah, as you can see, in MNQ, MES, I've been taking nothing but micros. I learned my lesson. Um, I'm not taking minis anymore, at least while I'm on a 50K combine, because I came so close to passing so many times, man, 6 times. But it's cool. I'm only 2 weeks in. I got to keep that in mind, right? So as you can see here, um, we made a little bit of money on, and then this is where we really dipped off, right there. So let's see. So yeah, some of these positions, I believe I took overnight and in the morning, as you can see, like 4 a.m. Uh, Markets were kind of choppy, so I kind of don't know why I took the position. I had my reasonings, but like my bias was heavy within these trades, so I need to not not run off hopium and pretty much read what the markets say. And sometimes at night, it's typically slower at night, so you're gonna end up being in trades for a good minute. And sometimes, you don't need to be trading the night sessions, because sometimes the price action can sometimes be a little rough. Let's see. So mostly red, man. And one thing I did learn about this week is pretty much really making sure you locking in at profit and you don't let a green day go red. Because I had a bad habit of just moving my stop loss, hoping that it would go back up. When it comes to trading, hoping is never going to get you what you want most of the time, 9 times out of 10. So going into the next week, the things that I am going to be focused on is pretty much getting better with my strategy of supply and demand, because I feel like it's been working very well. As you can see on here, all of this green here was supply and demand trades. First, I was just using RSI, VWAP, and MACD. But I started to feel like a lot of it was starting to be very inconsistent, especially when it comes to the market and how just ever evolving the market changes every single day. So, my strategy that was working, going with the trend, did not work this week. It was very tough to work. So, well, not this week, rather last week prior, which is why I changed over and tried something different, which is the supply and demand. But it just wasn't really working out, so I needed to like refine it and pretty much use that setup solely when I see the trend is coming. So technically, I think I have 2 setups now, so to say. But yeah, man, this is my practice account. As you can see, completely killed that week. No data here because this is when I started over, just practicing. Did pretty decent. I took a heavy loss on a 20th, 26. Let's see. Yeah, I got some minis in here, so I must have been trying out some things. And I can almost guarantee you that this big drop came from minis. Let's see. It was a full. No. So yeah, this one right here. Look at that. 825. Lost 825, and I scaled the size of 3. Went in there with 3. Like, why did I do that? I did not need to do that. So yeah, man. But also, I will say this though. This Friday, it is Friday today. Basically today was it's this new term called, not new term, witching hour. So witching hour is when a stock option, stock index, and futures expire all in the same day. So I guess it's kind of like purging. So that's something new that I learned. That's kind of interesting. And it basically happens the third Friday of March, June, September, and December, which is 4 times a year. And the reason it happens is traders and institutions close or roll over positions. The causes unusual volumes, fast price movements, and sometimes weird behavior in the last hour. And that pretty much was the ordeal of the day. And that's kind of why I made it, for the day. And it's funny too because I was up, and for some reason I thought, you know what? Let's take another trade. And this is the reason why I have 45 trades over trading. I should have just left it alone. I was up, I believe, $60. I should have just called it like it is. Just called it a day, You don't need to have any more. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. Live and you learn. Live and you learn. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. I'll see y'all next week.